Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome to Big Sister. Hope you guys are doing well out there. So guys, as I told you, this channel is going to be where you can get advice, and again, I'm not here to override mom and dad, but this is where you can get some advice, maybe learn some things that you did not know about life, behaviors, challenges, all that good stuff, guys. That is what you're going to get here. So I want to talk with you guys about why I joined the military and why I recommend the military for young people. You know, sometimes you're trying to figure out what you're going to do after high school. Maybe you were in college and things did not work out. You were not able to pay your tuition. All those things, challenges, just home environment is not good, you're getting into trouble. I recommend the military because it's going to help you to get the disciplines and all the things that you need. You're going to learn about independence, financial independence. You're going to learn about things that you thought you will really discover things about yourself that you never thought you were able to do before. And so for me, guys, I grew up in Brooklyn, New York. I was the only girl in the family, and I knew nothing about working out. I knew nothing about exercising, nothing of that nature. I was just your typical New York girl in the sense of just hanging around with my friends, you know, playing out on the stoops, playing with my friends, you know, red light, green light, all of that, going to the mall, hanging out with my family and relatives. But outside of that, I knew nothing about physical exercise or anything like that. The military was definitely not something that I was thinking of doing, or, you know, it was just not something that I was looking for. However, guys, as I started college, I realized that there were just so many other things that I had going on in my mind and in my life, and I think just wanted to do my own thing, if I'm honest, at that point. Living at home with mom and dad, and, you know, just changing as a person. And so I remember making that decision and joining the military. I would tell you that it was the best decision I could have ever made, and I retired from the military 4 years ago. And I would tell you, I have lifetime benefits, so does my family. I have retirement benefits, other things that I have, and I'm pretty much taken care of for the rest of my life, and so are my family members. Why I recommend the military is because it's where you're going to learn discipline. It's where you can learn a trade, a good job. You will also immediately be given all types of health benefits, all of that, things such as that. And it really pushes you to learn more about yourself, the things, your fears, you're going to face them and you're going to overcome them. You learn how to get along with people. You learn how to get along with people despite your differences, and really how to stay focused on doing the things that you need to do. So once you join the military, you immediately are there based on your ASVAB test that you will, before you get in the military, you're going to know the type of job that you qualify for, because you're going to take an ASVAB test, and it's basically a way for them to see what your strengths are, and what you qualify for, what kind of jobs you can get while you're in the military. All right, and what happens at that point is, once you take that test, you're going to enter in the military. You're going to go through the basic training, all that good stuff, and then they're going to send you to school for your job. Every job that you get in the military is going to make you eligible for jobs on the outside. They're not made up jobs. They're not fake jobs. They're real jobs. When I was in the military, I was an ENT technician. So I worked with surgeons and doctors. I set up for surgeries. I did hearing tests. We learned how to make ear molds. We learned how to program hearing aids. All of that. We learned how to set up for major, minor procedures. And we also learned how to remove sutures. We learned how to put in sutures. All those things we learned, and then some. On top of that, we were all required to get a paramedic, EMT basic qualifications, which is really through the same ones that you take as, you know, as a civilian. And yeah, we need to have that. We had to have CPR certifications, all of that. So there are other things. You could be a pharmacy technician, you could be legal, you could be a military police, you can be a paralegal, that's what I meant to say. You can work with surgeons just like I did. You could come in to be a dental technician. There are a variety of jobs that I know of as far as on the Army side of things. I'm sure there are other jobs and other units or other branches of service, but I was in the Army. The Marines that I found it's not that it's bad, but there was just not a lot of job choices that were good that I wanted, so I didn't go into the Marines. So I went in the Army, and I've enjoyed it ever since. Now the thing about it, people will tell you a lot of things about the military, and a lot of times I want to say just consider the source. Sometimes you're hearing bad things about the military from people that they didn't retire. They did 3 years, 6 years, 8 years, and they got out, or 10 years, they didn't like it, or things happen. Yes, there are people in the military who are not good, but that is not the overall climate of the military. Oftentimes people get into the military and they don't know anything about the chain of command. They don't understand that they can keep going up the chain of command if someone, your immediate supervisor, is doing something they should not do. Now the thing about the military, you can quit the military and get out of the military, but what people don't realize is you're going to face different things in your everyday regular life. The only difference is you have the freedom to quit and leave as many times as you want as a civilian. Whereas the soldier aspect of it, we're taught to work through things. We're taught that we still need to get the mission done regardless. While we utilize a proper chain of command, we still need to focus on the mission. So quitting and being upset and being in our feelings all the time is not an option. Okay? Now, with that said, there are many different things that the military has in place to make sure that soldiers are not being abused and mistreated. Why do they have that in place? Why are those things in place? The reason why it's in place is because there are people that enter into the military that brings their bad habits, bad attitudes into the military and try to impose it on people who don't know any better. And so the military has chaplains available, they have JAG, they have legal, they have the Inspector General. They have a chain of command to keep people from being cornered and bullied by individuals. Because as I said, not everybody in the military is upholding the overall mindset of the military, which is we're going to take care of one another. So sometimes people would have experienced that in a unit. They only stayed one term in the military and they got out. Okay, and they have this bad experience. And then there are others, guys, they never said anything, and so they allow themselves to get beat up and different things happen, beat up emotionally, and so they have a bad taste. And so they'll come out and they'll tell you different things about it. But I always say, talk to the people who have retired, such as myself, that we can tell you from beginning, middle to end what it was like. Yes, there are challenges and things that you can go through, but the first things that you must learn is the regulations of the military, so you know what your rights are. Because overall, the military is not about allowing people to bully you and do whatever they want to do. Sometimes people have health concerns about the military, questions about certain things, but I would tell you, the military is going to take care of its own. We're not going to have and put soldiers at risk, because to put us at risk, to put a soldier at risk is putting the whole safety of the United States at risk if you want your soldiers and sailors and airmen to be sick. So people will tell you all types of things that they don't know. But the military is going to take care of its own. It's going to make sure you have the best service. It's going to make sure you have as far as best health care. That's one of the other things. Once you enter into the military, all your health care is going to be taken care of. You don't have to pay for anything. You don't have to pay for your medications. You don't have to pay for anything. Neither does your family. Every time they move you to another duty station, they're going to pack up your family, pay for all your plane tickets, everything, all your family members, all your children. Everybody's going to be taken care of. You get free dental, all of that, all for your family. Free education as well. All right? And these are with accredited schools. So you can go as far as your master's degree, as if I understand. I don't think you can do a doctorate through the military, but you do get benefits, other things where you can actually get those things, and you're going to probably get it done at a lower price, lower cost, because of those military benefits that you may have. What am I saying to you? You're not going to get anything for free. Yes, you have your job, you have your disciplines. They're the highs and the lows of being a soldier, airman, a marine, whoever you may be, whatever branch you choose. But overall, the military is going to take care of you. So I recommend that if you don't have any plans, you're in a situation where you're getting into trouble. You don't want to be where you you not living anywhere, if you've been kicked out of your home or whatever, and then you're trying to live from place to place, trying to work a job, not make enough money, you can join the military and you're going to have a new beginning. All right? Education wise, money in your pockets. They will help you to invest in what they call the thrift savings program. There's so many things that they will teach you and you will learn. And as I said, you're going to grow up. You're definitely going to grow up while you're in the military. Sometimes, hold on one second. My face always itches when I'm on camera. So I'm not saying that everything is always going to be perfect, because there's nothing that's perfect all the time. But in my opinion and with my experiences, even though everything was not always perfect, I was never in a place where I was in danger, abused, endangered, anything of that nature. Things and unfortunate accidents and things can happen while you're in the military, but that has nothing to do with the Army on a whole. But certain individuals that are making choices that goes against what the Army stands for, what the military stands for. And that's why they have things in place like the military police. Like, this is why they have the Uniform Code of Military Justice. And there's a lot of people that they could get in and they will think, well, my supervisor, my boss is bullying me. Well, that's because you don't recognize that you can go above your boss. You can go above your supervisor and keep going and going and going. And 9 times out of 10, they're going to try to stop you from doing that because they don't want you to tell them, because they know they're doing the wrong things. But overall, you can have a very satisfying and life-changing experience in the military, because you're going to travel to different places, learn different cultures. You're going to learn your strengths. You're going to face your weaknesses. There are times you may face something that you may have a really hard time getting through it. But the thing is, you have people around you that's going to push you to go beyond the limits. Now, how do you do that? How can you join the military? What you do is you contact your recruiter. You have a recruiter in your area or the nearest one, and you need just to have your, if you have your ID card, you have that if you have that already. Your high school diploma, if you know where that is. Your social security card, if you have it. But even if you don't have it, your recruiter has the ability to get everything that you don't have. They have a lot of access and clearances to be able to get you your social security card. If your parents are not going to give it to you, or you've lost it, they can help you. But the first thing is to go to them and talk to them and just have a goal in mind. Now, not everybody gets in the military and retires. There are some people, they'll be in the military for a few years. I know a lot of people that join, they know exactly what they want. They go to college, they give their time in, do what they need to do, and they do 6 years or 7 years or even 8, and they get out because that's what they want. And then others, they plan to just get out immediately or after a few years, but they realize they really enjoyed the military. Okay? And so guys, with that, I would just definitely tell you that you are your only restraint when it comes to the military. Now, let's say you join the military and when you first get in, you don't have such a high score. So maybe you don't get the job you wanted or you hoped for. One of the things that I like about the military, about the Army, is that they're going to give you another opportunity at some point to reclassify. So of course, yes, you are obligated to do the job that you signed up for, but they give you an opportunity to raise your ASVAB score, which is the test that you take to determine the type of job that you can get. So you may get a higher score, and now you'll be able to qualify to get something else. Now, it doesn't mean that you just jump out of your job and you're not going to do what you need to do. You still have to fulfill that obligation, but slots may come up for something else and opportunities to come up for different things, and you're able to now, based on your new GT score, reclassify and get another job based on the needs of the military. You can also do other things while you have your job. If you decide you want to be airborne, which means, hey, I want to go jump out of planes, you do that, you earn that, you get your little wings on your uniform. There are lots of other things that you can do, and you're not limited to that. The Army is definitely about pushing you to become your better self, your stronger self, and you're going to make so many friends. So I would say it's not for everybody, but for those of you who you just want to do something different, sometimes that's what you wanted to do. Others, you're just in a bind, you don't know what to do, you've been kicked out, you're having a hard time at home, you don't know what to do. Don't go and move in with some man or some woman. Don't go out there and start getting in trouble with your friends and getting in trouble with the law, because the minute you start getting in trouble with the law, guys, it's gonna mess up some things. Now, some of you may say, I already got in trouble with the law. Can I still join the military? It depends. But go to your recruiter and tell them. When you go to them, they will tell you if you can still qualify or not. Don't just assume because, I went to jail or this happened to me, I cannot get in. Go to the recruiter, be straight up with them because they're going to find out anyway. And what they will do is they'll let you know if you can indeed join. If you can. Sometimes they need a waiver, there's a letter, something to say, hey, they got in trouble, but this is over and done with now, and you can still join. So what I would tell you is just give yourself that opportunity. Those of you that you don't know what you're going to do with your life, you're in a bad space right now, you're sleeping on someone's couch, or you really want to do something, give yourself an opportunity in life. You don't have to only be joining the military under bad circumstances. It's not always that there's a bad situation and you need to escape. It is a great opportunity to go to school, learn a trade, get a job. You can go in and you say, I want to be for example, I had friends who were respiratory techs, okay? And that's basically, they work with the heart surgeons and everything. And that is a great job. It's something that you can fall back on the outside in the civilian world. I am ENT certified, ear, nose, and throat. There's a lot of good jobs that I can take and I qualify for. All right. So with that being said, guys, if you just want to enter in, you want to go to school, get free tuition, learn a good job at the same time while earning money, you can definitely do that. You can also join the military once you're done with college. So you go to college, you finish school. If you want, depending on what you've done, you can come in. You're going to come in as an officer, and you're going to get a lot of benefits just as anyone else who joins in. So there are many different options for you. But now I'm just talking to those of you that you're about to graduate, or you're a few years from becoming an adult, or you're in a bind. I would say go down to your local recruiter station, see what they have going there, get any documents that you can get without any sort of problems at home, bring it down there, talk to them. And you may say, hey, I'm going to try to join this branch. You may take their test or whatever and you don't qualify. Let's say you try to join the Air Force or something and it was just you didn't meet the criteria for that. You can still try to go for, the Marines, the Navy, or the Army. It does not disqualify you from all. So guys, just give it a shot, give it a try. I know this video is longer than my normal videos, but I just wanted to talk to you guys about that, the benefits of joining the military. I have met great people. I have been able to go to school and work on my degree, do all these different things, travel the world, go to different places, and now I'm retired and I'm completely set for life. And I am not an old person, even though I have the streak here, I'm not an old person. I'm in a stage of my life. There are people who are older than me that's working, they're still working, and I don't anymore. And that's all thanks to the military and the trades and the things that they gave to me, and me putting in and dedicating over 22 years to the United States Army, and they took care of me in the end. So remember, don't listen to the horror stories and what people tell you. Don't listen to what the Twilight Zone stories that people are telling you about the military. You take it from somebody who is retired. You take it from someone that's been there, had the ups and the downs, the highs and the lows. You want to take it from individuals who have walked the walk, who's gone through the scrapes and the bumps and the bruises, but can still tell you that overall, you're going to learn a lot. You're going to come out on top. You learn not to just quit things when you're mad, because there are lots of people that get out because they don't like things, and so they spend a lot of their time quitting, or quitting their jobs because they don't like what their boss said, quitting their jobs because they don't like what this person said, getting into things, quitting. They have the ability to quit, but what happens every time you quit your job, you're starting from scratch. So you did 2 years here, you quit that stuff those things are not going to come over to the next job. You're starting from rock bottom again. And so you find that they will always be living a certain type of life where, yes, they feel good that they can curse the person out. They feel good that they can tell the person off and speak their mind and not show up, but they are never truly progressing in life. So just think about what it is that you want for yourself. Think about the things that you want to do that's different. Make a difference. Give yourself a shot. And so, as I said, it's not for everybody. For those of you, you go to school, you do the things that you need to do, and maybe you consider the military later or not. But for those of you that you're just not sure what is happening right now and you want to do some things and you don't know how to really start off, I would recommend the military. It is a safe, in my opinion, and it is a good way to get yourself started, whether for a few years or until retirement. All right, guys, so if you have questions, I do have my email in the About link. You can reach out to me if you have more questions about that, and just contact your local recruiters and they will give you more information. All right, guys, so thank you for stopping by, and that's all for Big Sister today.